أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, Jazakallah khair for tuning into our daily Ramadan program. I hope everyone is well, alhamdulillah. Starting straight off, we're going to hand over to our beloved brother Unais, who's going to be reciting some verses from the Quran, inshallah. Whenever you're ready, Habibi, you may start.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair. Apologies, I'm not able to have my video on at this moment.
No worries.
Hope it's okay to speak on audio, inshallah.
No worries, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا بني آدم قد أنزلنا عليكم لباسا يواري سوآتكم وريشا ولباس التقوى ذلك خير ذلك من آيات الله لعلهم يذكرون يا بني آدم لا يفتننكم الشيطان كما أخرج أبويكم من الجنة ينزع عنهما لباسهما ليريهما سوآتهما إنه يراكم هو وقبيله من حيث لا ترونهم إنا جعلنا الشياطين أولياء للذين لا يؤمنون وإذا فعلوا فاحشة قالوا وجدنا عليها آباءنا والله أمرنا بها قل إن الله لا يأمر بالفحشاء أتقولون على الله ما لا تعلمون قل أمر ربي بالقسط وأقيموا وجوهكم عند كل مسجد وادعوه مخلصين له الدين كما بدأكم تعودون فريقا هدى وفريقا حق عليهم الضلالة إنهم اتخذوا الشياطين أولياء من دون الله ويحسبون أنهم مهتدون يا بني آدم خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد وكلوا واشربوا ولا تسرفوا إنه لا يحب المسرفين قل من حرم زينة الله التي أخرج لعباده والطيبات من الرزق قل هي للذين آمنوا في الحياة الدنيا خالصة يوم القيامة كذلك نفصل الآيات لقوم يعلمون قل إنما حرم ربي الفواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن والإثم والبغي بغير الحق وأن تشركوا بالله ما لم ينزل به سلطانا وأن تقولوا على الله ما لا تعلمون ولكل أمة أجل فإذا جاء أجلهم لا يستأخرون ساعة ولا يستقدمون صدق الله العظيم بارك الله فيكم
MashaAllah, tabarakallah, jazakallah khair for the beautiful recitation. May Allah reward you abundantly. SubhanAllah, it's just so beautiful that the fact that the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like it all has the same meaning, yet people recite it so differently and beautifully. And it's just so soothing to the heart to hear, subhanAllah, so many different variations, but they all carry the same messages, inshallah. Handing it over to our guest speaker. He's a special guest speaker. I'm sure a lot of us, especially the youth, look up to him and watch his videos, inshallah. He's going to be speaking about a very important topic, how to physically, mentally, spiritually be healthy and obviously boost our iman. So I'm not going to waste too much of his time, inshallah. I'm going to hand it over to our beloved guest speaker, Smarty Jannah. Whenever you're ready, brother, you may start and take the spotlight from me.
MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hope you're doing good. Hope the fast isn't too difficult. All right, bro. So how are we doing this? How long do I have? And then have we got Q&A? And how are you
Yeah.
guys doing the Q&A?
So how it works is, sorry, bear with me. So you have up until 8:05. So that's like 45 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have like a 10-minute Q&A session at the end. So whenever you are ready, whenever you feel as though you're ready to start taking questions, you can let us know. But that's roughly how it is. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We'll keep it. We won't keep it too long. And I think it'll be interesting to see the questions you guys have. So so the brothers that have joined the Zoom session, that's anybody and everybody, yeah?
Anyone, everybody, brothers, sisters, kids,
Oh, nice.
adults, elderly.
Let me see their wonderful faces.
And yeah, we encourage the brothers to turn on the cameras to make it like more interactive. But I know some of the brothers are a bit shy.
Some have just put a picture of a flower. One's put a picture of mountains. MashaAllah. All right, it's all good. All right, bro. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. To be honest, I mean, I'm sure you guys got, scholars coming and mashallah, let me see. Double click this. Sure, you guys got scholars that will come and give you guys, mashallah, amazing gems and words of wisdom. But for now, you guys have to just make do with myself, and I will just pass on a few things that have worked in my experience, and inshallah, it will help you in your experience as well. So the way this has been titled is how to keep fit physically, mentally, and spiritually. Yeah, so spiritually, this is mostly I will leave for the scholars, but one thing that kind of did stick in my mind about spirituality is there will be no spirituality if you don't take your studies seriously. Now, you might be thinking, oh, not another lecture about studies, like, flipping heck, we get this all the time. But what I mean by studies is this. If you have not paid attention in your studies, that now means that you're going to have less options when you're looking to get a job, which now means that you will have to work longer hours. Yeah, longer hours, which now means that you're going to leave home early and then you're going to get home late, which means that, let's just say there's Tarawih time, you're going to be at work. Yeah, there's family time, you're going to be at work. There's other things about taking days off and this and that. It's going to be more rigorous and it's going to be more difficult. So it does affect your iman as you get older. So I would say definitely pay attention to your studies. And a lot of people, a lot of youngsters, sometimes they do ask, oh, I'm finding it difficult. What do you think I should do? Oh, I was thinking of doing this career and that career. Which do you think is better? Look, you can turn anything into a career as long as you enjoy doing what you're doing. Yeah, then you can add value to it later. Yeah, you could become a teacher and teach that. For example, biology. My biology teacher said, look, there's not that many careers in biology. Yeah, but if you like a particular subject, then mashallah, you can go into it. And because you'll be doing it with such passion, who knows, you might end up writing a book, you might end up teaching it, you might end up, I don't know, going further in studies or diversifying in it. So definitely don't underestimate your studies at this age, because they will give you more options as you get older. The worst thing that you could do is just doss about now, and as you're dossing about, you're not going to have that much that many options. And when you get older, even though you may want to be a student of knowledge and mashallah read Quran and do all of this, help the poor, the problem's going to be, obviously, you're not going to have that many options because you didn't spend that time. So that is what I would say spiritually. Yeah. And one thing I would say is, look, no matter your sin, no matter what you're doing, no matter how rough it is, don't leave your salah, no matter what. Shaitan will say, look, you just done this sin. Like there's this stuff that I can't mention on camera, but there's a brother that I met. There's a brother that I met. Sorry, there's like an hour left for iftar and man's getting a bit hungry still. So I might slur some of my words. So I met this individual, and some of the sins that this individual's done is ridiculous. Yeah. But even with this individual, I said, look, no matter what the case may be, never leave your salah. Yeah. Because your salah will always pull you back. Sometimes we think, if I'm a good person, then I will pray my salah, then I will start doing this. No, the order's the other way around. You must engage in acts of ibadah and worship, and then Allah will give you hidayah, Allah will guide you from that. We get the order the other way around. Yeah, let me give you an example. The order is, if you are to switch off the fan, you press the button, you wait for the fans to stop spinning, then boom, it's done. Yeah. However, if you flip the order, yeah, and you stick your hand, yeah, inside the blades to stop it, that's not the method. That's not the way you do it. Yeah. So the way we've been instructed to do it is by engaging in acts of ibadah, and then the clarity will come. Like, I know some of you guys watching, you go to Taraweeh and 4 rakats in, your mind just starts wandering. And that's absolutely fine. Yeah, let your mind wander, and then anytime that thought comes that, oh damn, what am I thinking about? Then bring it back. Then it diverts again, bring it back. Yeah, be like the aeroplane. Yeah, the aeroplane is never, they say an aeroplane, when it's going to its destination, it's never on its course. So what it will do is it goes off, then they have to bring it back on course. Then it goes off, then they have to bring it on course. Then it goes off, then it goes back on, then they have to bring it back on course. So that's how we are as well, yeah? We will go off, because that's life. We're surrounded by desires. We're surrounded by, the glitter and the glamour. However, when it comes to Islam, the actually key aspects, we can't see it. We can't see Allah, we can't see the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we can't see the angels, we can't see the Prophet. So a lot of it is based upon the unseen. So we will have to constantly bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. And that's absolutely fine. So yeah, that's all I would say. Very short, very sweet with regards to spirituality. Yeah, how we can stay healthy when it comes to spirituality. So now we've got physical and mental. Yeah. So how do you stay physically fit? I don't think I'm the right guy to be to be talking about this, because obviously man looks like a twig in there, isn't it? But I think the fact of the matter is, let me see if I can quote him properly. He says, if your body moves, your brain grooves. Yeah, so exercise. Never underestimate exercise. Even if you got exams coming up, work out like an hour before if you're really stressed out. Yeah, because I mean, this was told by a non-Muslim teacher. Yeah, exercise does help, even if you get like you go through. A lot of you guys are probably going to be young. Yeah, but as you guys get older, some of the stuff that I'm going to say, maybe you might have to keep in the bank. Yeah, you keep it in your bank. So maybe when you get older, the thing is, I don't know, in my opinion, I think a person truly becomes like mature, wise, a man, or is somebody that has overcome death of a loved one or heartbreak. Like, these things are no joke. Before that, you hear stuff and you give generic advice, but when you go through stuff like that, it really does test your faith. Like, what does patience mean? What does patience mean? What is Iman? What does it mean to be a Muslim and a mu'min? What does it mean to smile? You know, they say it's easy to be kind to somebody that's unkind. Yeah, that's why sometimes I take the mic when I'm at work, because you truly get to know. And somebody said, "Look, how comes you take the mic sometimes?" And I'm like, "Look, you truly get to know somebody when you push them." You know what I'm saying? It's all well and good thinking, yeah, assalamu alaikum, walaikum salam, how are you? Alhamdulillah. And you think, oh, mashallah, that person's really nice. How do you know? Yeah, you're not going to know. Yeah, so so I think that's very important. Keeping fit physically, yeah, even if it means going out for a walk, yeah, it does help clarify your mind. Even sometimes when I've got a video, I just done a video, and then yeah, you've got other things going on in your head, and sometimes just going for a walk, just going to pray in the masjid rather than praying at home. Yeah, praying at home and praying in the masjid is two totally different things. Yeah, so that could be a means of your exercise as well. Yeah, so definitely I would say being physically fit. And one thing is, you know, brother, can you just take me off the co-moderator or whatever, because I keep getting these messages popping up on screen that random people want to come, and yeah, it
Is
just
it bro-
sometimes I just lose
No
my
worries,
train.
wait.
I'm not an expert at this.
There we
So
go.
yeah,
I changed the chat function, so it's host only. And you're on mute, by the way, I think by accident. There we go.
oh yeah, I think you muted me, bro. I think you had enough of me already, and I'm
No,
like,
it wasn't me. I promise you that.
so I just started, you know, and
I
I'm
think it
getting
was one
muted
of the
now.
brothers that was trying to message you. I think they took it personal.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna answer the questions from there, isn't it? Like when it's
Whenever
chat.
you feel like answering the questions, whenever you feel as though you're ready, by all means.
Nice,
This is your microphone. This is your stage.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said sweet. Really hungry. All right, sorry. Okay, so talking of hunger, yeah, brings me on to my next point, which is diet, guys. Yeah, I cannot stress this enough. Watch what goes into your body. If you cannot understand the ingredients, I beg you don't eat it. I beg you don't eat it. Yeah, if you cannot understand, like you pick up something and it says maltodextrose hydrofluoric flip. Yeah, like what the fish is that? Yeah, E1729.3 recurring. Hang on a minute. Why is my food? Why have they put numbers in my food? Like, what is that? I don't understand. Yeah. So you don't come home and mashallah, your mom's cooking food and you're like, Mom, that's some really nice food right there. And then she's like, yeah, have a little taste, son. Have a little taste. No, I'm good, Mom. Have a little taste, son. Have a little. No, I'm okay, Mom. Have a little taste, son. Okay, I'll have a little taste. And then, you know, she gives you some. You're like, Mom, there's something missing. She's like, huh? Something missing, huh? What's missing, brother? Ignore the fact that my mom's called me brother, but let's just stick with the analogy. So she says, what's missing there? And I say, Mom, can we add some E1471 in there, please? I think that's what's missing. No one does that. Yeah, no one says that's what's missing. Bit of E1 flipping whatever, because we don't know what that is. They clearly disguising the actual ingredient behind a bunch of numbers because they're ashamed of it. Yeah, it's like Tommy Robinson. Yeah, he calls himself Tommy Robinson. His real name's Stephen Flippin Yaxley or whatever. Yeah, sounds foreign to me. Not even gonna lie. So in that sense, guys, don't trust what you don't eat. Wait, hang on a minute. That's fasting kicking in. Don't eat it if you don't trust it. There we go. Yeah. So I've got some crisps back there. Yeah. If I was to show you, they've only got 3 ingredients: potatoes, sunflower oil, and sea salt. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So be very cautious with what goes inside your body, guys, because eventually your cells regenerate and they use, yeah, kettle crisps, you know, the message popped up. So yeah, um, eventually your body and your organs will regenerate, and they will use the food to do so. Yeah, your energy that you have at the end of the day to speak to your family, how short-tempered you are, the depression. Yeah, they actually did a research. I forgot, I didn't write down the name. She's some random, I think, woman from Finland. Yeah, she's qualified, not random like off the street homeless lady that I would ask dietary advice from. She's actually qualified in this, and they asked her, and in fact, she did an experiment. Yeah, she did research in which she realized two groups of people. One, both were depressed. Yeah, it was a lovely experiment. There's a bunch of depressed people, but one set they were given like junk food, and the other set they were given good food. And she noticed that good food had a positive impact on them. Yeah, and also another research that I saw was good food affects your IQ as well. Yeah, so look, give a chance to yourself. I'm not saying it will be a cure to your depression, but what I'm saying is it definitely makes it that bit easier. You don't have to worry about that these things exacerbating your issues. And let's face it, we will go through stuff, whether it's uh, if we don't get well in our exams, death of a loved one, heartbreak, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. And when we are in this situation, we need to surround ourselves with positive people, because diet, that's right. And I'm moving on to the mental side now. Yeah. Diet is not just what you eat, and it's what you see as well, because that's going into your unconscious mind. That's going to play when you're asleep. It's going to play when you're just sitting and you're pondering about stuff. It's what you hear. Yeah. Are you listening to music? And in music, you've got the chorus who's talking about pimps and this and that, you know what I'm saying? Like all sorts of foolishness. And if that's constantly going through your head, money, cars, women, then naturally it does affect you. Yeah, even the Nazis adopted something called repeating a lie till people believe it to be true. They call it it's now termed as Goebbelian propaganda, because it was named after Joseph Goebbels. Yeah, so they have this even in psychology as well, that when you get up in the morning, it's called affirmations. Yeah, you say, I am strong, I can do this, it's going to be a good day. Islamically, we have something similar as well. We say, Alhamdulillah, alladhi ahyana ba'da ma amatana wa ilayhi nushur. Yeah, and when we enter the toilet, when we leave the toilet, ghufranak. When we start the day, radina billahi rabba wa bil islam dina wa bi muhammadin nabiyyan wa rasula. So we've got du'as, so entering the house, leaving the house, entering the toilet, leaving the toilet, entering the masjid, leaving the masjid. When we see the full moon, when we hear a donkey bray or a dog bark, or stuff like that. So this also, and even when we're praying salah, after every position, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbina lakal hamd, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Yeah. So it's continuously telling us that, look, Allah is in control. He is the most greatest. Allah is the greatest, not the most greatest. Yeah, that's scrap that. Yeah, Allah is the greatest. So when we're thinking, yo, Allah's created the moon, the stars, the planets, discovered and undiscovered. They say 200 billion galaxies, and in every galaxy there's like 200 billion stars. It's ridiculous. Yes, Allah's created all this. Don't you think Allah can find you somebody to get married to? Don't you think Allah can help you pass an exam? Don't you think Allah can help you, your relationship, better your relationship with your parents? Of course, of course. It's not that Allah can't do it. It's that Allah will not do it because you're not doing what's in your control. Do your best, Allah will do the rest. Like once I flopped one of my exams and I was really cheesed off, really upset. And somebody said, look, hand on heart, do you feel you did everything you could in that exam? And then I was like, you know what? I could have done more. Could have done more. Man's not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they were like, there you go. Yeah, there you go. So sometimes, guys, we have to be really realistic about these things, and we sometimes think that Islam is wishy-washy. Yeah, anytime something happens, Ya Allah, please do this. But this is Darul Asbab, a world of means, and this is what you need to understand, that you have to do stuff yourself first. Do stuff yourself first, and then you will see how the help of Allah comes. In the Battle of Badr, the Muslims were 313 against an army of 1,000. The Muslims still went. They still went. They had sticks and spades and a couple of horses, a couple of camels, but they came with hundreds of camels, yeah, hundreds of horses, and they were armed to their teeth, yeah, and their horses were laden with artillery and God knows what. But the Muslims prevailed. Why? Because they trusted in Allah. They went, they did what was in their means. They didn't just sit on their backsides. This is what we love doing nowadays. We love complaining, but we need people of action. Yeah. Wallahi, that's what we need. And to be honest, that's one of the lectures that kind of really affected me as well. There was a scholar who was saying that, look, we are in need of people of action. And I was like, you know what? That's so true. Even in my workplace and stuff, I saw that people just love complaining behind closed doors. I was like, but who's actually going to the boss and letting them know what the issues are? Because it's not going to get solved us moaning and groaning behind closed doors. Now, of course, we've got social media, so we can amplify our voice. Yeah, and this is why I think it's very powerful when Ali radiallahu anhu, he ascended the pulpit. Yeah, when he was elected as a Khalifa, he ascended the pulpit and people were expecting some long khutbah. And all he said was, you are in need of a rajulun fa'al la qawwal. You are in need of a man of action and not a man who just speaks. And then he descended from the pulpit. And that, my brothers, is what we are in need of. Yeah, or sisters, or whoever, if you identify as a Brussels sprout or whatever, that's what we are in need of. Yeah, people of action. Yeah, and in order to do that, it comes back to my initial point, which is we need to make sure we are literate, because you can't be waving your sword around nowadays. Yeah, back in the days, anytime something would happen, Umar radiallahu anhu would be like, Ya Rasulullah, let me behead the neck of this munafiq. Yeah, and of course there were wars that would happen. What wars are going to happen now? Yeah, let's be frank. Yeah, the wars that are happening, you and I are not involved in those wars. Yeah, they're happening as we speak. Yeah, they're not even publicized. So what do? We need to make sure we are armed. Yes, yes, we need to make sure we are armed. How? Armed with the facts, with the knowledge, with the articulation that we can elucidate, illuminate, and edify and educate the people. We're not even doing that. You got people going around thinking Islam is a city in Afghanistan or something. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. So what we need to do, guys, is definitely make sure we are educated, number one. Number two, make sure you're very cautious with what's going in your body, what you're listening to, what you're viewing. Yeah, and the other thing with regards to physically being fit is your skin. Be very cautious with what you put on your skin. Yeah, if you're getting one of these fake creams, yeah, you know, these neck stuff, your skin is like a mouth as well. Yeah, and a lot of, like, if you're really into this sort of stuff, there's something known as endocrine disruptors. And endocrine disruptors are stuff that can kind of really mess up your hormone balance and stuff like that. And that's why it can make you more feminine, and it's ajib stuff. I mean, just a couple of days ago on The Guardian, I saw the 1E number. Now they're banning it because it's linked to cancer. I mean, hang on a minute. What about for the last couple of years? What about for the last decade? People that have been consuming that. A lot of stuff is in this fake food. I would say pay that bit extra, but make sure your food is legit. Yeah, we don't have time to be getting cancer. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's no time for that. Yeah, there's too much work that needs to be done. So even with these creams and deodorants, yeah, there's a good shop called Holland and Barrett's. Yeah. Um, even, yeah, make sure your creams are organic. Make sure what you're putting in your skin is no joke. You know what I'm saying? Don't get these fake deodorants or whatnot. Just wash your pits in it. Flipping it. Guys, rinsing out half the can of deodorant. You could have just gone to the flipping uh, sink, yeah, put some soap on your hand and flipping rub your pits, yeah, get them clean, yeah, the right one and the left one, you know what I'm saying? Not just the right one, yeah. So yeah, I think that's very important, because a lot of this stuff is worth looking into, because sometimes we decrease our chances. Yeah, like I said, with food, it affects your IQ, for God's sake. Yeah, stuff like avocados, blueberries, you know what I'm saying? Greens, walnuts, these things affect your intelligence. Yeah, a person that I would definitely recommend listening to is somebody called Jim Quick. Yeah, he's written a book called Limitless. It's a good book. Definitely helps people um, learn how to learn. Because a lot of you guys, you might be watching thinking, oh, school, oh, flipping hate school. The reason that you hate school is, and no disrespect, I'm a teacher myself. Sometimes the fault is at the teacher if they're not teaching properly because they just want to fill in certain boxes. And again, respect to the teachers as well, because teaching has just become bureaucratic, filling in boxes, and injury happens. Forget the kid that's bleeding on the side. You have to fill in 4 forms now, and you have to make 4 phone calls. Like, it's ridiculous now. So, things have become very difficult. But yeah, don't make things worse for yourself by eating garbage. Yeah, you are what you eat. You eat garbage, you become garbage. And what was the last thing? Yeah, so mental. Yeah, a lot of us, we like getting mental. Every now and then blowing off some steam, but that's not what I mean. What I mean by mental is be very cautious with who's around you. Yeah, and be very cautious with your self-talk. Yeah, what you say to yourself. The person that you're around, the one you listen to the most is yourself, your self-talk. Anytime something happens, you start speaking to yourself. When you drop something or when you missed an appointment, what do? Oh, I'm always late. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I can't get this right. That doesn't do anything. That's just, imagine if you spoke to somebody. That person would think this guy is ridiculous. The most the most negative, rude individual that I have met in quite some time. But you're like that to yourself. Yeah, so please, guys, respect yourself. Love thyself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have a good relationship with yourself. And I think this is what is very good with the Ramadan, because it cuts off the time that we spend watching movies and games and stuff like that. And we sit there and we think we're becoming bored and we're killing time, but no, because you're allowing your mind to be still. Yeah, let me bring a quote from Kung Fu Panda. That's right, Master Oogway. Yeah, when Master Shifu was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, Tai Lung's escape. What do we do?" And then Master Shifu was like, "Your mind is like this water. Yeah, when it's agitated, you can't see the answer, but when it's still, the answer becomes clear." Yeah, that's how our minds are. It's so agitated sometimes, but when it's still, and then when the water was still, then there was a dragon scroll, and you could see the clear image of the dragon scroll, and the answer became clear. But your dragon scroll will will also become clear, guys, when your mind is still. Yeah, please, um, you gotta monitor your self-talk. Yeah, if you drop something, say, oh, what? Why do I drop? No, no, don't say why do I drop. Say, how can I make sure that I don't drop this again? Because now your mind is searching for answers. Yeah, whatever you put into your mind, that's what it will play. Yeah, that's the cassette it will play. The words will make the cassette that it will play. You know what? Cassette's a really old example. Some of you are like, cassette? What's cassette? And a CD is old as well. What example can I use? CD, I guess, still works. Your DVD. Yeah. So the data that goes onto the DVD. Yeah. So guys, very important, your self-talk. I can't emphasize that enough. A lot of us, we're so negative, but we don't even realize that we're negative. Yeah. So definitely be more positive to yourself. And if you actually look, I think Tony Robbins, or I don't know, I'm getting really hungry. Tony Robbins, I think he's a motivational speaker. He wrote in his book, he was like, if you actually look at the amount of positive words and negative words in the English language, there are more negative words in English than positive words. And even if you look, the last time something went well for you guys, how long did you spend celebrating it? And when something went wrong, how long did you spend ruminating on it? If you notice that when things go wrong, we spend longer ruminating on them as opposed to when things go right, we're like, yeah, let's move on to the next thing. Yeah. And I also want to say, guys, I think most of you guys are probably young. I'm young as well. Uh, but when I was going for my exams, I was like, Ya Allah, and the journey going by bus and just seeing other people go about their lives, go to work, I was like, I wish I could get to that position. Now I'm stressed, I have to pass this exam. And at that moment, you're looking around and you just want that moment to be over. But that moment has become over. Yeah, because we've had, year 6 SATs, year 9 SATs, then GCSEs, then A levels, then masters and PhD, whatever it may be. Yeah, we have exams, and then we have to go to work, and then we have to get up the ladder on work. Then we try and get married, and we try get a kid, and we try to look after that kid. There will always be something, guys. Yeah, so don't think that because you get married or because you get an A grade or because you do this, everything will become okay. It's never been that case. Life goes on. There will always be something. Yeah, so the key is to develop a mindset that despite failure or success, you can still plow forward. And in order to do that, you have to do your best, then Allah will do the rest. Be in a relationship, because if that relationship flops, at least you can say, I did my best, because the worst thing will be regret. If I did this, she'd still be with me. If I did that, I would have got A grade. If I did that, my father wouldn't have shouted at me or whatever. Yeah, so definitely some things to consider. I think my blood sugar's gone very low. I think it's hitting critical levels. And yeah, don't want to make it too long. I think I'll open the floor to you, Mugs.
No worries, inshallah. Yeah, so brothers, feel free. I think it'll be best if you unmute because the chat function, there's so many questions. Like, let's make it more interactive. Let's liven it up. Like, we don't want to make it restrictive. So, put your turn on the camera, unmute yourself. Be like, brother, I've got this question. Say it with your chest, because we don't want to make this too restrictive. We don't want to make it dead. We want to liven things up.
In regards to healthy diet, would you recommend having
Who's
protein
that?
shakes?
Who's
Because they have
that?
a lot
Let me
of
see.
chemicals as
Let
well?
me see your face. Sorry, bro.
Abdullah.
Abdullah, there's so many I have to scroll. Oh, Abdullah. Oh, Abdullah J. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was
Who's
saying
that
in
face,
regards to diet, do you know for protein shakes, they have a lot of chemicals, so would you not recommend them?
To be honest, bro, the best protein shakes are just chicken breast. You know what I'm saying? Like chicken breast is like no joke. I've spoken to bodybuilders. You can see nothing works for me, but the amount of protein that will have, like the other protein, like I'm not gonna lie, you have to look for it. Like I do have protein as well, but you have to really look and get like some really good ones. But the best protein is just to get it from food. You know what I'm saying? But sounds chicken kadai, yeah. But less masala though. You know what I'm saying? This guy's full on desi flex on me. But yeah, man. If you are getting protein, then just make sure like do your research in it. Like don't get the typical crappy ones, and just flip in, make sure it's halal, for God's sake. Like a lot of stuff we don't read it. Like sometimes there's animal uh stuff in there. Not animal droppings, just like animals, animal parts in there. It's a good question. Good question, bro. Really
I have a
after a question.
I have a question, inshallah.
Oh, Nabil, go ahead, my bro.
I was going to say, out of all the categories that you mentioned, which one would you say is the most, from your opinion, missing in terms of mental health or mental stability and health in all aspects? Which one do you think is the most missing in youth nowadays?
Well, to be honest, bro, I would say the thing that's missing the most, it's always going to be the same, isn't it? It's going to be Islam. Yeah, Islam is going to be the thing that's lacking. Like we got to be real, isn't it? Had we had Islam, we wouldn't be in majority of the issues. But because we don't have Islam, then it leaks onto other stuff. Then it affects our mental health, the physical health. Because think about it, if we're on point when it comes to Islam, then we'll be on point with regards to how food is sustained, and we won't have to, even allow GMO farmers to even get their points across. The only way GMO farmers are doing their thing is because they're saying, oh, there's so much demand and we got to get stuff out there. So that happens. And with regards to depression and stuff like that, because we're not doing our job, it becomes messy like that. You know what I'm saying?
So Islam has the solution for all problems, basically.
Sorry?
Islam has the solution for all the problems.
Yeah, bro, absolute fact. Like I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I'm a young guy living in London, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I can flip in do whatever I want. Yeah, I'm earning my job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like But I'm the type that, you know, even if I'm sitting in a car and my mates are like, look, I dare you to stick your head out the window and shout bogeys, or you bold guy, like grow some hair, or always slap head or whatever, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's only like Islam is the only one that can keep reins around me and keep me controlled. You know what I'm saying? Like analogy is like a garden and a jungle. In a jungle, you see flowers and plants as well, but everything's growing all over the place. Islam disciplines us. It keeps us under control. But the thing is, when we forego basic sunnahs, messes things up. Like there was a war going on, and then Umar radiallahu anh, I think it was one of the companions, they were asking for reinforcements. And Umar radiallahu anhu said, I'm going to send one individual. But this Sahabi was asking for 12,000 men. And then Umar was like, I'm going to send you one individual. He's like, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Who are you sending? So, I'm sending Ka'ka bin Amr. Yeah. And he's like, who's Ka'ka bin Amr? And he's like, this individual will be like 12,000 men. And when he went there, he saw that the Muslims were not observing one simple sunnah, and that was miswak. And that night, everybody was instructed to do the miswak. And you had these, you know, the black ops or whatever, flipping ninjas, or I don't know the terminology, but they were coming and spying on the Muslims. And just imagine the scene. It's nighttime, yeah. You got a bunch of badis outside, Muslims, yeah, and they've got sticks in their hands, and they're brushing their teeth. To a non-Muslim, they're gonna go mental. They're like, oh my God. They went back and be like, yo, we need to go. We need to go now. So what's going on? We need to go now. So what did you see? I saw the Muslims, yeah, and they were sharpening their teeth with wood. But these people are animals. They're barbarians. We cannot fight such people. They're gonna eat us. But just think about it. Something so simple, a miswak, yeah, was able to send shivers down these people. And the Muslims won that battle without an influx of 12,000 men. Just one sunnah needed to be done. So, yeah, we definitely do underestimate the religion, to be honest. Definitely, 100%. That was a good question, bro. Some good questions today, you know. If Dr. Zakir Naik here, if Dr. Zakir Naik was here, he would say, Brother asked he would have to say it so many times. Brother asked a very question. Brother asked another very good question. Brother asked multiple good questions. In fact, brothers are asking so many good questions. I'm tired of saying this. Hope to answer the question. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, Dr. Zakir Naik would be on a flex. So, yeah, keep that up, guys.
A brother asked a question, so I'm going to address his question to you. He goes, how do you balance between good assumptions about someone and caution? Like, when do you see a person is good, or when do you be careful about a person?
Wow, that's very brilliant, bro. Very, very mature question. To be honest, bro, it comes with experience. As you grow older, you notice that, look, I pushed too far with this. I gave him too much of a chance. Now they're walking over me. Now they're sinning publicly. I'm pushing that person so much that now they're not even praying their salah. So it's that fine balance. Yeah, you get a read on people. And this is why they say that over 60% of our communication is non-verbal. Yeah. And the more you interact with people, you will get to read their body language. You'll get to see that. And in any situation, before kind of engaging in anything, know about their situation, know about their context. If a person just lost their father and they're talking madness, let them. If a person is fine, yeah, there's nothing wrong and everything's kushti, and that person speaking madness, you got to speak to that person, be like, yo, what's going on? So context is very important. Yeah, that's why any situation that I hear, I don't react straight away, because some people, yeah, they just gone through some madness, yeah, or they're just projecting on you. So the key is find out the context, and then incrementally give them advice. And when you see the person's being resistant, that's your thing. Like, you know, in maths we got trial and error. You sometimes you overshoot with your answer, sometimes you undershoot with your answer. The key is to get as close to the answer as possible. Yeah, so that's what you do in a conversation. You start pushing a little bit, push it incrementally, of course, whilst knowing the context. You can't push with somebody who just lost their father in the morning and you're telling them to You know what I'm saying? Stop crying or be patient. Be patient, brother. Brother, stop crying, brother. Brother, please. It's like, I mean, is it too much crying, brother? Have patience. My dad's just died. He's too much crying. He's no good. Like, look, you tell that brother too much crying is no good if he's been doing it for like 2-3 months. No, if he's flipping father's died this morning and he's crying, you let him cry. You know what I'm saying? Flipping heck.
Jazakallah khair. I hope that answered the brother's question. And another brother asked another question, and I'm going to pass you the question.
This is another example, yeah. Like this brother's overcooking it. You know what I'm saying? Like with me,
Okay,
it's like,
sorry. Okay,
it's like
I apologize.
not the salt bay, the
I
Dr.
apologize.
Zakir Naik bay. Yeah, you gotta do it every now and then. Sometimes, yeah,
I
every now and
apologize.
then. Keep it fresh. Like with Ali, sometimes I'll do brother asked a rude question, but sometimes I'll just do it like a rhythm. Brother asked a very good question. So I'll keep it fresh and I'll keep him on his toes, especially when, for example, he's like in a compromising situation, he's in a serious situation. I just drop one of these and then you just knock him off. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, bro.
No worries. Brother said for me to sing, I need to hit the high notes. Not today. My vocal cords are a bit rusty at the moment. A brother asked, what advice would you give to students who don't know exactly what they want to do as a career, but also want to include Islam in everyday life?
To be honest, you can do that with you can do that with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like Islam is a way of life. You can get deeds whilst you're even going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you make the intention that I'm going to get up and I'm going to help people and I'm going to be charged and I'm going to look after my mum and this and that, you can turn anything into ibadah. So how do you pick something like that? Do your research. Yeah. But before doing your research, say, what am I good at? What do I like doing? Yeah. I did accounting and business management because I got rejected as a doctor. Yeah. And I flopped at that. Yeah. Didn't have a plan B. Not even going to lie. Like that was just not for me. Like it was peak. But when I flopped at being a doctor, they were like, look, what do you want to do? I just picked the safe career, which was accounting and business management. I have to say, it was killing me inside. Yeah. Every week that I was doing accounting and business management, a bit of me was dying. Yeah. Until when the career was done, I was like, you know what? And I did never touch accounting and business management after that again. Yeah, maybe some elements of business management, but accounting, nah. So it violated my soul. That's what accounting did. Yeah, it took advantage of me. Yeah, it totally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've got to pick my words carefully because we've got butcher here, isn't it? So in that sense, I would say do what you like doing, because then when you're sitting in a lecture where the guy, like, honestly, one of my lectures was a guy was not guy teacher. The teacher was delivering a lecture for 3 hours, and I kid you not, he spoke in the same tone for the 3 hours. And it wasn't even a good tone, it was monotone. Today we'll be talking about this presentation. I have selected this presentation because I have selected this presentation because it is very it is very you spit on one of the students on the side, it's all right. And then just carry on talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, if, for example, if it was on psychology, like I love psychology. Yeah, I find it fascinating. If I could go back, I'm not going to say if I could go back. If actually not back in time, but if I could go back to studies, who knows, if Allah wills, I'd love to go into psychology because I'm just fascinated by how the brain works. And because of some stuff that I went through, I think some of the stuff that's in psychology, it's very helpful knowing how your brain works, because then you can, fail safe. You can't, inshallah, you won't allow yourself to reach a point where you will start contemplating dark thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be a bit more sensible with that stuff. But sorry, I think I got a bit passionate there with the psychology thing. But yeah, guys, do stuff that you like. You know what I'm saying? That you'll actually be happy with, that you'll be sitting with the lectures. You'll be happy to go to uni and you're reading through those books and, going through the lectures. And sometimes also look at what you're good at as well. Yeah, sometimes like I wanted to be a doctor, but I was rubbish at it. I just had to face facts. You know what I'm saying? I had to face facts that man's not going to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? I can be a doctor like Dr. Pepper's a doctor, but I can't be a doctor like Dr. Zakir Naik's a doctor. Hope that answers the question.
I think it did for the brother. Someone asked, what made he asked this question beforehand, and he got a bit buried in the chat. He asked, what made you start your channel? What made you want to start YouTube?
Sorry, say that again.
What made you want to start YouTube?
What made me want to start YouTube? It was the people, like, I think some of you guys will know, there were certain people on YouTube that were making videos, but then they were mocking their religion, and the videos were made against them and stuff like that. And everyone was just complaining and moaning. And I was like, look, there's no halal comedy there. And you don't have anybody that is representing the Sunnah bid. You don't see anybody not using music, not free mixing, and using halal comedy. Like, why isn't anybody doing this? And then I'd go to people. I was an introvert, yeah. Yeah, bro, you're funny. You should do this. And people, inshallah, brother, inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. But when the head starts going like that, you're like, whoa, 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 this guy's gone on a flex now. Inshallah, brother. Oh, okay, I got that, bro. I got that. So that's all you hear. So you know what? You only live once. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the channel flops, it flops. If it does well, it does well. And I just tired of people's attitude of just moaning. Like, some brothers, they just love moaning, man. Like, anytime something, moan, 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 moan. This is what's wrong with the ummah. That's what's wrong with the ummah. 2-hour lectures, what's wrong with the ummah. Like, shut up, man. For God's sake, let's do something. If that's what's wrong with the ummah, let's you and I spark a change. Let's do something from our side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, you know, if there's a room that's filled with darkness, you can shout at it, scream at it, chuck your juttiya and your slippers at it, and get your belt out and start whacking it. The darkness will not go. The only thing that makes darkness go is light. As soon as you switch on that light, darkness flees. Yeah, so this is one thing that I will say to my dons that are here, that have joined me, that are giving me their valuable time. Wallahi, may Allah bless you with Jannah. Wallahi, it's an honor that you guys deem me worthy enough that, you know, you give me your valuable time before iftar time. But one thing, if everything else you've forgotten and it's just been wiped clean, just remember, I need to become a person of action and not a person who just speaks. That's all we want nowadays. People of action, people that are motivated to delivering and doing and bringing good change. And that could be something minor, could be something medium, could be something major. Yeah. But I'm sure you guys know what those things are. If not, then you can ask that as a question. But yeah, that's my main message, guys. That's the same reason I got into this. Same reason, like, somebody would say, like, why you run like, my first videos, one of them was types of hugs. I was in a thobe, and we were, I think, yeah, I was chasing another brother around a tree. We were both wearing thobes, and another brother goes, hang on a minute, like, oh, why are you doing this? Like, what's led to this? Like, what's the standard now? And I was like, question. And then he was like, nah, you've overused that. But it was spontaneous, so I like that. No, but it was literally that you just it's just enough talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get something done. But you will get people that will moan, brother, why are you doing this? Brother, your audio's not good. Brother, the other people, you can utilize your thing well. Like, just do your thing, isn't it? Yeah, as long as it's not contrary to the religion, as long as it's helping people, bringing value to people, do your thing like a chicken, Wayne, as Will Smith once said.
We'll take one last question, inshallah. Someone asked,
I have a question.
which brother is that?
Me,
Nabil.
yeah,
Which Nabil?
This one.
The one with the cleavage.
the one with the
Showing
cheese.
his cleavage. Well, he was.
So, regarding mental health, what's your opinion on social media?
Social media, I think there's I think ample evidence to suggest social media worsens it. That's ijma now, I think, amongst everybody. Everybody agrees on the fact that social media exacerbates it if it's not kept under control. Now, I'm not coming on here and telling you guys, yo, social media is the devil incarnate. Look, the screen is an eye. The Dajjal will have one eye. Therefore, the phone is the Dajjal. I'm not going to say that. Yeah. What I would say is adequate and controlled usage of social media, good. Uncontrolled usage of social media, bad. Yeah, know when you're using it, know the situation that you're using it. If you're upset and depressed and sad and you just pick up the phone, wrong time to use it. Yeah, sit, be okay with the thoughts running through your mind. Be okay with the feelings. Yeah, because that will then result in you doing something about your situation. If you're listening to Bevafa, yeah, Bevafa, oh, she's left me. Oh no, oh, like that's not gonna listening to that on repeats, not gonna get anything done. You know what I'm saying? Like sitting there and thinking like, what am I doing? It was a haram relationship. Okay, then she's gone because obviously I didn't have those kind of systems in place. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it does help, but being conscious about when you're using it, why you're using it, and yeah, limit it. Everything within moderation, limitation. If you have too many almonds, every almond has a bit of cyanide in it. So if you have like hundreds and hundreds of almonds, you get cyanide poisoning. Yeah. If you have loads and loads of dates, the halal kind, yeah. No, don't be, yeah, halal kind, the ajwas, yeah. If you have loads and loads of dates, like Imam Muslim, rahimahullah, the one who wrote the second most authentic hadith book, he was looking for something in the books, and he was just having loads and loads of dates, and he couldn't find the proof. And before he realized, he finished all the dates, and he died because of overconsumption of dates. Even oxygen as well. You saw Muhammad Hijab; he was actually here, and he telling me about the breathing method, and he told me, he was like, brother, you know, if you do this, you become lightheaded, and then you faint. Try it. I was like, no thanks, bro. He's like, no, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I was like, I mean, I live on the first floor. You know, can you just do it like in front of the sofa? Because he's a big guy. Yeah, Muhammad Hijab. So he did it, and that's where, I don't know, some of you probably saw that video. It was called the breathing method, or do not try this at home, or the Wim Hof method, or something. And then he dropped. So overconsumption of oxygen, of almonds, of banana, you get potassium poisoning. Yeah, overconsumption of water, your body can't handle it. Overconsumption of salts, anything that's done over is obviously not going to be good for you, isn't it? Or under.
Hopefully that answered the brother's question. I'm afraid we have to put a pause here because we're gonna have to move on to our daily adhkar. But before we do, I just want to say Jazakallah khair for being here. It was a very important topic. I think the brothers benefited from it, and the questions as well, it was really good questions. I'm sure the brothers are content with the answers. But yeah, Jazakallah khair. May Allah reward you, Brother Zishan. May
Ameen.
Allah make the rest of your Ramadan full of barakah.
Ameen.
May Allah tackle your hunger that you've been undergoing, inshallah.
Boy, peak. It's peak.
No worries, just a few more days hang in there, then after that you can.
They think Everest has a peak. Boy.
No worries, inshallah. Another Jazakallah khair.
Wa iyyak. And Jazakallah to all you guys for being patient as well. And yeah, I don't know if I was slurring my words. I don't know. I hope I didn't say anything wrong. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
No worries, inshallah. Yeah, the brother right there, guys. But no worries, inshallah.
Right.
Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam.
Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to our beloved brother Anas, who's going to be reciting the evening daily adhkar for us, inshallah.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can. Alhamdulillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين
الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. أمسينا وأمسى الملك لله والحمد لله لا شريك له لا إله إلا هو وإليه المصير. أمسينا وأمسى الملك لله والحمد لله لا شريك له لا إله إلا هو وإليه المصير. أمسى الله والحمد لله لا شريك له لا إله إلا هو وإليه المصير. أمسينا على فطرة الإسلام وكلمة الإخلاص وعلى دين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى ملة أبينا إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين. أمسينا على فطرة الإسلام وكلمة الإخلاص وعلى دين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى ملة أبينا إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين. أمسينا على فطرة الإسلام وكلمة الإخلاص وعلى دين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى ملة أبينا إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين. اللهم إني أمسيت منك في نعمة وعافية وستر فأتم علي نعمتك وعافيتك وسترك في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إني أمسيت منك في نعمة وعافية وستر فأتم علي نعمتك وعافيتك وسترك في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إني أمسيت منك في نعمة وعافية وستر فأتم علي نعمتك وعافيتك وسترك في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم ما أمسى بي من نعمة أو بأحد من خلقك فمنك وحدك لا شريك لك فلك الحمد ولك الشكر. اللهم ما أمسى بي من نعمة أو بأحد من خلقك فمنك وحدك لا شريك لك فلك الحمد ولك الشكر. اللهم ما أمسى بي من نعمة أو بأحد من خلقك فمنك وحدك لا شريك لك فلك الحمد ولك الشكر. يا ربي لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. يا ربي لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. يا ربي لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا. رضيت بالله ربا رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من أن نشرك بك شيئا نعلمه ونستغفرك لما لا نعلمه. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من أن نشرك بك شيئا نعلمه ونستغفرك لما لا نعلمه. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من أن نشرك بك شيئا نعلمه ونستغفرك لما لا نعلمه. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الهم والحزن، وأعوذ بك من العجز والكسل، وأعوذ بك من الجبن والبخل، وأعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الهم والحزن، وأعوذ بك من العجز والكسل، وأعوذ بك من الجبن والبخل، وأعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الهم والحزن، وأعوذ بك من العجز والكسل، وأعوذ بك من الجبن والبخل، وأعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال. اللهم عافني في بدني، اللهم عافني في سمعي، اللهم عافني في بصري، اللهم عافني في بدني، اللهم عافني في سمعي، اللهم عافني في بصري، اللهم عافني في بدني، اللهم عافني في سمعي، اللهم عافني في بصري. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكفر والفقر، وأعوذ بك من عذاب القبر. لا إله إلا أنت. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكفر والفقر، وأعوذ بك من عذاب القبر. لا إله إلا أنت. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكفر والفقر، وأعوذ بك من عذاب القبر. لا إله إلا أنت. اللهم أنت ربي، لا إله إلا أنت. خلقتني وأنا عبدك، وأنا على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعت. أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت. أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي، فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. اللهم أنت ربي، لا إله إلا أنت. خلقتني وأنا عبدك، وأنا على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعت. أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت. أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي، فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. اللهم أنت ربي، لا إله إلا أنت. خلقتني وأنا عبدك، وأنا على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعت. أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت. أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي، فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك، أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت. أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك، أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت. أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك، أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت. أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد، عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي، وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما عدد ما أحاط به علمك وخط به قلمك وأحصاه كتابك. وارض اللهم عن ساداتنا أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن الصحابة أجمعين وعن التابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah, jazakallah khair. I just want to quickly say, before the adhan quickly, obviously, brothers, for those that do know and are aware of the situation that has happened in Palestine, obviously tonight could be Laylatul Qadr. Please keep these brothers, sisters, everyone in Palestine in your dua. Subhanallah, what they're going through, what the situation happening in Sheikh al-Jarrah at the moment. For brothers that don't know what is happening, Sheikh al-Jarrah is a region in East Jerusalem, which is for Palestinians, and Israelis are stripping Palestinians away from their homes, trying to take over, terrorizing it. So brothers, please keep these brothers, please keep the brothers who are being oppressed in Palestine in your du'as. Pray for the brothers in Gaza, in Syria, all of these brothers, inshallah. Obviously, just remember them in your du'as. Like, I can't stress this enough. Like, the media isn't doing enough. Like, they're not raising enough awareness for this, and it is saddening. I can go on and on and on about this. It's such a saddening matter. It aches my heart that the fact that no one's doing nothing about it. The only thing we can do is make dua for our brothers and sisters who are being oppressed. So please keep them, please have faith in Allah. Please keep them in your du'as, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. هيا على الصلاة، هيا على الصلاة، هيا على الفلاح، هيا على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقام محمود الذي وعدته إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. Brothers and sisters, Jazakallah khair for tuning into our daily Ramadan program. Tonight could be Laylatul Qadr, so guys, do the ibadah, make dua, make plenty of dua. As I said earlier, please don't forget the brothers in Palestine, Ugair, Syria, all of these brothers, sisters who are being oppressed. Please keep them in your du'as, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. جزاك الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.